Majesty,
do you have any reaction to the arrest of your brother, sir?
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest? Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest? Have you spoken to your brother, Your Majesty?
Now that is a video of King Charles as he attended London Fashion Week today. That is after the news about Prince Andrew being arrested broke out. And I don't think I've actually laughed this much because honestly, all those photographers just to see King Charles, there wasn't any member of the public except all of these photographers. Almost how many? Almost 200 photographers just waiting to actually take a photo of King Charles and ask him a lot of questions concerning his brother Prince Andrew. And yet, King Charles still, as usual, had nothing to say. It's so shameful. And obviously, these members of the royal family know a lot concerning Prince Andrew. They know what Prince Andrew was involved in. King Charles didn't remove the 1.5 million pounds to give to Prince Andrew for the settlement and didn't know what was happening there. He definitely knew it, and they just wanted to cover this all thing up, probably thinking that justice was never going to catch up with Prince Andrew, but it has. And even though Prince Andrew has now been arrested for alleged misconduct in public office, I believe the truth will eventually come out. I believe the other things are eventually going to catch up with him, what he did to those victims. And even for the late Virginia Giuffre, may God rest her peace, I hope her family is going to find peace in knowing that Prince Andrew has been arrested, and hopefully he's going to be charged for all those things that he's been alleged to be involved in. But this sight of King Charles arriving at the London Fashion Week is never going to be not funny, because all these photographers just to see him and ask him questions. I don't think I've ever seen such a large number of photographers waiting to question anyone in that family ever. This is such a huge crowd of photographers. The last time I saw so many of them is when Meghan was pregnant and she had gone for her baby shower with her friends such as Serena Williams, and the photographers waiting there were so many. That was the last time I saw members of the royal family actually getting a huge number of photographers in the UK. Up until now, when Prince Andrew has been arrested, I've never seen that. And yeah, it's funny that he can actually pull all of these photographers and not members of the public, because when King Charles stepped out of his car, from what I could hear, some photographers were laughing. A few of them were asking the questions. Most of them were taking the photographs, obviously, to see King Charles's reaction. And then some of them were just standing there. So it's quite interesting. And also notice that there was no member of the public. These were all photographers waiting to ask King Charles questions. But I also don't think it was a coincidence that King Charles was outside today. Also, Camilla was outside today. And it's the same day that Prince Andrew was actually arrested. I believe they knew this was going to happen. But I believe these are attempts by them to try and distance themselves from this entire Andrew situation. I believe they thought them going outside today was going to make the public have a little faith in them by saying maybe they did have a lot to do with this. That is why they have the courage to face the public. Maybe that was their thought process. I don't know, because why would you come out on the same day when Andrew had actually been arrested? But also in his statement earlier, that is after the arrest of Prince Andrew, this is the statement that King Charles released, obviously stating that him and his family were not going to be commenting on this matter further. So in one part of the statement, he says, in this, I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. And then added, let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. So I believe this was King Charles saying, if I'm in public, if you ask me any question concerning Prince Andrew, I'm not going to be answering. Well, I think people like King Charles, Prince Andrew, Camilla, Kate, whoever is in that family, they should have they should have answers when people ask them because they were near Prince Andrew. They saw whatever Prince Andrew was doing. There's no way Prince Andrew brought in Jeffrey Epstein to Buckingham Palace and intelligence at Buckingham Palace, or the people who were working at intelligence office in Buckingham Palace didn't know that he was there, or that King Charles didn't know he was there, or that Prince William didn't know he was there. All of them obviously knew that Epstein was in Buckingham Palace for those times that Prince Andrew brought him there. So they have a lot to answer. They have a lot to say concerning what Prince Andrew did. So all of this deflection or trying to run away from the questions is just very bad. I don't think it is a good look. But again, they are obviously cowardly, and that is why they don't want to answer these questions, because they know exactly what they have done. They know their offenses. I believe an innocent person would be speaking up concerning this, but no, these people are choosing to run away from it. And this story concerning King Charles being asked so many questions has been reported by so many people. For example, Sky News has reported on this. The National has also reported on this, and I saw Chris Ship also reported on this same story on their X pages. Like, it's literally all over. And so many people are actually perturbed that these members of the royal family are avoiding questions concerning Prince Andrew. If you have nothing to hide, then why are they so quiet? And our Republic CEO, Graham Smith, even went to BBC to say the exact same thing, that King Charles and Prince William and literally everyone in that family should be in front of the cameras answering questions concerning Prince Andrew. So just take a look at this.
Giving them. And Charles and William should be in front of cameras and should be in front of journalists and answering serious, probing questions. And journalists should not be taking at face value denials that they knew anything.
An investigation. Yes, but you know, the King and Prince William.
I could not agree more. King Charles should come face to face with journalists and answer questions over Prince Andrew's arrest for alleged misconduct tied to the Epstein scandal, and also Prince William should be doing the same. Like, no one should be hiding and pretending to be disturbing themselves from whatever is happening right now, because one thing you can be sure about is that they all knew. Every single one of them knew what Prince Andrew was doing. They knew about his shady dealings, but I think maybe for some time, or maybe for the longest time, they thought they were above the law. They thought the royals were above the law. That is why Prince Andrew was protected the way he was. That is why he behaved the way he did. Like, that man was actually very arrogant, right? Even after all of those allegations, he was seen riding a horse at his estate, I think just around the palace. He was riding a horse in front of the cameras, in front of journalists. He knew that there were journalists there, and he still rode a horse around there. So that man was a complete arrogant person. And finally, justice is catching up with him, but the rest also need to tell us exactly what they knew. This is 2026, and it's not a time to be deflecting from the truth or from what people are asking, because taxpayers actually fund these people's lifestyles, so they have no right to be running away from questions that the public have for them. So I don't know about you all. I'd love to know what your thought is. So kindly share your comments with me. Then I'll see you on the next episode. Goodbye.